festive.
Did
you close the door to get rid of the music?
Yeah.
I'm always going to bring a margarita in.
We can get that out of here.
All right.
Welcome to Chicago.
It's great. It's my first time
Thank
here.
you.
It's cool.
I got my welcome to Chicago right there.
Yeah.
I got my welcome to my other place right there. It's almost
I got mine
gone.
there.
Jeez.
So, and I know a lot of the history, but we have to do it for the show too.
Yeah.
But what took so long to get here? To play Chicago for My Ruin to play.
A band needed to invite us out. We needed to be invited on a real tour, so we were enabled to do it, you know. It's real hard when you have no label.
So, no support with Spitfire now.
Spitfire is not our
Never
label.
any.
They never were. Who?
Only broken promises.
Shitfire Records. They licensed the record without our permission from a UK label called Snapper, both records, and behind our backs. And when we tried to make it cool with them and be like, well, let's, you know, we're on your label, we're licensed, let's do something. Like, we got offered Tattoo the Earth. We got offered a lot of stuff. And they were like, nope, we're not going to support you. We're just going to put your record out there, maybe whatever copies we'll feel like putting out, and see what happens, and go flailing. You know, they didn't give a shit. So that's why we wrote a song called Spitfire about him, which will be on our next record.
Okay, and as far as a new record, it'll be record 3, other than not counting the live record for My Ruin.
Right.
When is that going to happen?
When we find a label. We have the record written, and we have about 18 songs written, and we're planning on doing, actually, you know, a couple real cool covers, and Morgan may appear on the record as well from Kitty. And we get the whole concept down. We know what we're calling it. We know what we're doing. We got the whole, we're ready to go. We got the songs done.
So what's it called?
It's called The Horror of Beauty.
Horror?
Horror of Beauty. Not the whore.
Yeah.
Not the horror of beauty.
Never
The
know.
horror.
Horror.
Horror. You write sometimes.
Kind of like a far for yeah, and it's just suggesting a lot of things we've been going through the past couple of years.
It's gonna be a killer rock album too. Rock, you know, not new metal. It's like
Right.
very,
new metal.
very like super heavy rock and roll.
Metal.
True metal.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be. See, we have a guitar player in our band that doesn't sound like the same 5 guitar players and the same other 5 bands that copy those same 5 guitar players.
Yeah.
He can do solos.
Yeah, he actually
I
plays
actually
guitar
listened
like
to music before 1993.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that makes us a little different.
We'll go a little bit backwards then, since this is My Ruin, and we can go through other history with you as we go. We'll just go back to.
Well, actually, could you introduce each other with the
Yeah, that's what I was
personality? Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, Terry B.
This is Mick Murphy.
Oh my God.
This is Metal Megan Maddox.
And that's Yael Zippy Camino.
how about some personality facts on these fine people?
What do you want?
With them, you know,
Wasn't that good?
All
Give me a
right,
lot.
I'll give you some personality facts. Nick is actually my boyfriend. We're a couple, and yes.
So we're quite a team.
Quite a team, and Megan is actually the most tattooed woman
Oh,
in
that's
the
the
band.
personality.
And and I gotta tell you that she's got some hell of a fucking scary tattoos going on in this band. Show me leg, babe.
No,
Come on.
this isn't a tattoo magazine.
Come on, it's not Tattoo Magazine, but you know what? I love it. We gotta see it for
We
the
do a lot of that.
scariest tattoo. She has a 666 on this leg.
In the Omen 666. Terry's scared.
I'm scared. I have the Virgin Mary.
Terry's scared.
And Yael,
Forgets everything.
Yeah. She's fucking
That's my
kids.
personality. I forget everything.
But I will say about Yael
Jokes.
is she's one woman in rock who can fucking rock for real, and she's little in
She
stature.
walks the walk, brother.
Yeah, she doesn't
She
just talk
walked
the
the
fucking
walk.
talk. She's kind of like Shannon Larkin and Roy Mayorga, the girl version, with a little Keith Moon in there.
The female Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to brag on her, sorry. And Megan rocks too.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, she rocks fucking too.
She rocks
I
like
think
a
our
star.
camera
I rock
died.
fucking-
Our camera died.
Yeah, I think so.
What happened?
Is it
Oh,
plugged
did
in
the
right
battery
now?
die?
It was.
Did you plug it in?
Is that camera plugged in?
It's still plugged in. One moment.
Did tape run out?
That's possible.
No.
There you go.
It's on.
Is it on record? says record or pause.
It says record.
Perfect.
Good game.
Here we go.
All right. How about the details?
You want details?
Well,
Yeah, when we did the interview with you a year and a half ago, that was on Speak and Destroy, which was new domestically, but it had been around in Europe before, right, on Snapper.
Yeah, and actually, this band did not do that. What Speak and Destroy
Right.
was, a lot of people don't understand. They're like, well, you've changed your name every other year. What's going on? Like, so I'll just give a quick recap. I used to be a rapper back in the day on Eazy-E's label, on Ruthless, and it was like 12 years ago. And I put together a band called Manhole, which was like a rap rock, kind of like Body Count, Downset, Rage, with a female front, and a real heavy record called All's Not Well. And went to do the second record after we toured the world off that, and did great. We got sued for our name by a band out of Texas called Manhole, a little punk rock band, and they wouldn't let us buy it from them, so we had to change our names. Our new record was coming out, so we released Relief the Release under the name Tura Satana. So a lot of people got real confused, like, what the hell, what is this? Then we ended up touring the world off that, and I ended up wanting to do something a little bit different. I was a little bit tired of the rap rock thing, and I wanted to kind of branch out and do something a little different. And the guys in my band were really not up to it, and we weren't on the same wavelength at all in a lot of things. And so I left the band, and I did this solo record called Speak and Destroy, which I named the project My Ruin because I didn't want to call it Terry B or whatever. Worked with a lot of different artists and producers and whatever. Put together a touring band. That's where I met Megan. She came out and she toured with me first in Europe, or in England, and came back and decided, it might be fun to actually put a new band together again. Everybody was like, every other year she has another band name. It's kind of crazy, kind of became a joke. But now it's pretty serious. And we met Mick. Mick stepped in, and it was like he played me all. He used to front his own band. Mick actually plays drums, sings, plays guitar, but he pretty much does it all. And he was a frontman for his band called Movement. And played me all the stuff he had written, and I was blown away. He was amazing. And so we kind of were like, maybe we should do some work together.
Yeah, I was looking for something to do. My band had broken up, and I had songs, and I played her my songs, and she was interested, so
I was
we
real
sparked
interested.
up a romance and a band all at the same time.
It was
You're
great.
on
worked out
the,
great.
Did you play on Speak and Destroy?
I played on the remix of Tainted Love on
Tainted
the
Love.
American release.
Yeah.
Which is why he was on the promo shots.
He's not on the promotion.
Well, he was on the promo shots. See, Spitfire was just a joke.
Everything
they
came out
did,
at weird times because about the time Speak and Destroy was coming out
Prayer
in
was
America,
being released
in
Prayer Under
Europe.
Pressure was coming out in,
we were
in
done with
England,
that
Europe.
already. And we had finished Speak and Destroy. It was all really, Spitfire really jacked our band up. Like, they really waited a year to release one. Well, we were going to have a video for Tainted Love, and then they pulled that. We were going to do Tattoo the Earth. They pulled that. Paul Bebo at Spitfire Records just really tried to, sabotage our career big time. And then they wouldn't let us do any press in the States. I mean, you remember this whole bit. They were like, no. They were afraid we were going to tell what was really going on, which we were.
And we questioned them at all. They got totally offended.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, oh,
We're like a real band. We're not some fake garage band that's just like, yeah, take our record and fuck us, basically. And, they didn't give a shit. I mean, we've been working really hard, and Speak was a good record. Prayer was a fucking great record, and I can say that. It's a great record.
And our next record's going to be even better.
Yeah, it's we really worked hard. We've been writing this record for a couple of years, and it's like, there's a lot of subjects I think that our band relates to kids on a completely different level because it's more of an emotional. We're like a emo, I want to say an emo metal band, because it's kids come to our shows, when they're our shows, we got kids in front row crying, and it's like a completely different thing. Girls throwing themselves on the stage. It's like very dramatic, very they really relate to the lyrics and they really feel the music, and it's something really cool. I think it's really different, and it makes me really proud to be in a band that can set a standard for something new instead of follow a trend. I don't think there's anyone that My Ruin can really be compared to, and I love that fact because it's what makes original bands,
So you blame the lack of press in the United States on Spitfire
Oh, fuck yeah.
because you're all over the press and.
Oh, yeah. I mean, our press kit in Europe, it was like, it looked like, you'd think we were Marilyn Manson, what I
Yeah.
mean? You'd think, this band is huge. I mean,
When you
covers
look
of
on your
magazines.
website, it's all the press is
It's
there.
insane.
It's amazing.
And Spitfire was just, oh, no, cut them off. Cut them off from everything. Don't let them, can't do this, can't do that. Pulled everything, and finally we got out of all the contracts and the legalities and You
They're
know,
afraid the truth might come out about how lame they are.
really just lame, shady dealing. And, you know, I thought, oh, it's a baby label. We were like, okay, well, maybe they'll think, well, we want to break, get this band out there, get them on Ozfest, do something with them, go Tattoo the Earth, you know, get out there, get their name out, and, you know, have something to break besides, like, you know, still pumping the old shit they're pumping. And they just, the guy's a dinosaur. He's just an idiot. I mean, I hate bad-mouthing somebody like that, but this guy's a real fucker. So I got it.
What's on the live album? Who's on it?
We're on
What's
it.
it called? And who put it out? When was it done?
It was done in England.
And that's all of us.
We did it on our tour of the UK. First thing we did when we got to England was went to this farmhouse in the middle of
4 in
nowhere.
the morning.
4 in the
Yeah,
morning.
like-
So then that tour was on the new record, right? 'Cause I don't have that. I don't have the
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a mixture between the two records. It gave this lineup a chance to do our versions of some of the songs off Speak and
Okay.
Destroy,
Right.
because we kind of changed them a little bit, made it more of like what we do, and to do live versions of the songs off Prayer with Yael, because Yael didn't play on the Prayer record. She got in the band after we made that record.
I really love that record. I think it's very raw, and it's, like they said, they did the record at 4 in the morning. They did the record at 4 in the morning, and we're in the middle of an interview. Like, Jesus.
drugs.
We're all getting,
They're doing
There's
drugs
drugs in there.
here, so they're paranoid.
yeah, it was, they did it all at 4 in the morning. We just, like, gotten off a 10-hour flight, and then I got up at, like, 9 a.m. and did, like, all the vocals in, like, an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Basically, it's like
We started our first show
live
that night.
studio album.
It's crazy. It was awesome, and I think it's so great because it's really raw, and it's everything from like the music to the vocals to the artwork on it is all the artwork is pictures off the tour, and it's just really, it's really us. It really represents what My Ruin is. I think kids love that. They felt like we called it To Britain with Love and Bruises because it was like our little gift to Britain, and kind of, you know, for all the kids being so kind to us, and you know, it was really, it meant a lot to us to do it.
What's the best way for somebody to find your music?
Amazon.com.
Hot topic.
Hot Topic.
Real Hot Topic carries it?
They're now carrying it.
Great.
They just took us in, so to the family.
Yeah, they back us. They're really cool.
Awesome. But Amazon, I would say, would be, you know, the best place. It's a shame. I feel really sad that we come out here every night. We play for all these kids, and we got our merch booth, and our merch girl says, like, 200 kids came up tonight asking for your album, and we're like, what? We sell out. I mean, we're doing more merch than anybody on the tour. We're selling out. We're doing great. That's how we're surviving, but we have no record out here, and we can't get them out here. So we're like, we just need a label. We need a label to get behind this band and go, I get it, you know, and I'm not afraid of it. Let's get you guys on the road. Let's get you guys out there. Let's make this fucking record, and let's do it. You know, that's all we need. We're not looking for $1 million. We're looking for some real people who aren't liars. And
Who don't want to change us into some formulated bullshit.
yeah, they don't want to turn us into something we're not. And, you know, I'm not that little melodic singer girl. I'm not going to be Linkin Park. It's not going to happen. But what I am is what I am. And I can relate to a lot of people. And this band can relate to a lot of people. And people tell us that every night. And they're
Yeah,
like,
they've
you know,
been
we
super
love that
receptive.
you're not that, you know, typical thing out there. It's different. And someone's got to take a chance, you know. Someone will believe in us, and that person will step up when the time is right. And we know it. And until then, we're going to bust our ass. We're going to do what we got to do. We're going to play for everybody, as long as, you know, people will bring us out. Like Kitty.
Are you still writing a book? Still doing that book?
Been working on it for years. For a few years now.
Novel?
It's insane. It's
Novel?
not really even a novel anymore. It's like a
Encyclopedia.
It'll be about the size of this table.
Yeah.
it's about 1,000 pages now. It's like collage. I took it to a book publisher, and he was like, "Oh my God, there's like 8 books here. You know, like it's insane." So I may have to break it down into
Well,
like.
tell us about it. What's it about, and what are you putting into it?
Well, basically, it's kind of about one girl's life in music. It's going from my rap days through Manhole, Tourstown, to My Ruin, and it's road stories, it's tour journals, it's diary entries, poetry, song lyrics, private pictures, letters from kids, letters to magazines I've written that were published and not published, letters from people, all sorts of crazy shit. It's really, for someone that didn't even like us or like the band, they could pick up the book and just go, oh my God, and just like read it for days. It's insane.
Intriguing.
It's really crazy. And when it finally gets published, it'll be the same as a record, you know. It'll find its home when it finds its home with the right person.
The website's pretty detailed too. There's a lot there, and that's 2 years, and I still haven't been all the way through it.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy.
Does it Does it address some of the same themes? Is some artwork the same? That's really nice.
Some of it. I mean, in the beginning, I had a name for the book, and then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, you know, it's kind of really what it all is like the art of screaming. Because in one way or another, it's all I've been doing for, you know, the past how many years I've been screaming, you know, at this, to this, with this, for this, you know, in all the different ways. And it's kind of like, you know, from the early days when I was involved in the Rock for Choice, pro-choice movement, you know, helping battered women and working in all those causes, and all the way to, like, you know, screaming for women, you know, staying on stage and being like, get up here, you know, you can come up. You don't have to be the girlfriend. You can be the girl on stage. You don't have to be the girl. You can be up here, you know, and I think a lot of girls relate to that. That's why I go in the audience and I put my mic down, like, sing with me. Your show is right with here. You know, it's with me. And I love that. I love it that a lot of times we do shows, we don't have the giant slam pits, but we have people just looking at us, and it's like this intense, way more.
It's more of a connection.
Yeah.
That was obvious. Watching tonight. Do you get that everywhere?
We get it.
I think we
It's,
get it more when it's a smaller venue and you're right there.
When you can touch
with
people.
everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not into. I mean,
Yeah.
personally, I've played festivals for 120,000 people and been like 25 feet away from stage, with like photographers all in a little
Can't
pit,
feel it.
and I just sit up there going, I'm freaking out. I can't relate to that, so I have to jump down and like go through them and get to the kids, and everyone's like, you can't jump down there. You're not allowed, and I'm like, I can't do a show up here. I have to be touching someone
You may
at
as well
some
be
point.
in your rehearsal room or something.
It's just
You
ridiculous.
don't connect with anything because you're so far from everybody.
I want to be right
Like,
next to
some
them.
of the shows on this tour have been like like you walk off, you just take off your shirt and just drench the water right the hell out of it because it's amazing. You know, it's energy. That's all. It's just they give it, you give it, and you can feel it just building and building and building. It's like dynamic. You know, like mellow stuff where she's just talking to a crowd and enticing everybody into like, what the fuck is she saying? You know, and then it's like, well, this is what I'm saying. It's like, you know, it's like, whoa. You know, so you can feel that. You can see them kind of moving in a wave. At least I can, you know, because I'm usually up in the
Right.
middle. So I could just see the whole thing happening, whether it's up there or down here.
We're doing a
just
little
work
documentary.
with
We've been filming
everybody,
it,
you
so
know.
Good.
we're gonna we have a lot of home videos, and we're gonna put them all available on our site pretty soon. But we document everything we do, and we just have a lot of crazy stuff on tape. But it's awesome, you know. And every night kids say to us, you guys should have been up here higher on the bill, or you should have been. You guys are really, and we're like, our time will come. It will
We'll
come.
get there.
We'll get there.
The coolest part is like kids that have never heard of the band before. They come up to us and go, "Oh my God, where have you been? You guys are amazing!" You know, that just feels really good. I mean, of course, the kids that sing every lyric and that have the record, that's awesome. But to turn some new heads, you know, that's what it's all about.
To turn the
Trying to reach
disbeliever
as
into a
many
believer
people as possible.
is
you
great.
know?
Because you see the guys, the girls that stand there and you walk out like, oh yeah, well, okay, impress me. They got that look like, you know, I don't know here, I'm not here for you. And they won't
This
even
is the
look at
first
you.
band.
Yeah, and they won't even look at you. And I'll walk right up to those people and like grab their face and sing right in their face and look right at them and hold their hand
And they're
and
converted.
make them. And they're like, you
You've
just
been
grabbed me.
healed.
It's crazy. And it's like they'll come up to me after the show and go, I can't believe, I did not even want anything to, I heard shit about you. And you know, it's, everybody has a story afterwards. And
Yeah,
it's,
there have been the people that come up and go, "God, I heard really bad things about you guys, and you guys are really cool." So, hopefully, that's what this tour is going to do: is open some eyes and.
we're
you
not
know,
fucking rock stars, you know. People think because you're on a cover of a magazine. We've been on magazines. We've been in tons of shit. People are like, oh, you guys live in mansions. You're rock stars. You have
You're
this big
rich.
record deal. We're like, come on now. We're in a van. We're ghetto fabulous
in a
out
van
here.
down by the river.
Exactly. We're like, we are out here black flagging it. And it's like, you know, for real.
I got the ghetto baby.
When we do
blue.
My War, I really feel like, you know what? I relate to this shit. You know, I understand this shit. You know, the people that I respect in the business, the people that I think are amazing, are not the people on MTV. They're not the people that are all over MTV. And, you know, I don't want to be this big, for me, I'm speaking for me only, but I don't want to be Gwen Stefani. And I don't want to be Madonna. But I want to be what I am, whatever that's going to be. And I want to be able to live my life, be happy, do my music, tour, and have kids get it and sell records. Actually have records available. Not like we're out here playing for how many kids tonight? How many of these kids are going to actually be able to find our fucking record? That's what scares me. So.
You had the same problem with noise.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
I remember seeing you first time open for Typo, and one of your band members gave me a sampler, and months I couldn't get noise to send me anything.
nope. We would get out there and play for 2,000 kids a night.
But
Yeah.
No product.
Play for 2,000 kids a night. There'd be an ad in Tower Records. I go into Tower Records in the store that day and be like, I want to invite the staff to the show because we didn't know anybody. And they'd say, we have one record, Noise One. And I'm like, what? And we had to start, like, getting our records on the road and selling them. But we sold them all out. At least Noise gave us records to sell on the road.
You
But
got 8x10s because it goes with the territory of being a woman in this business.
Yeah.
And they're selling a hot face to you, and they're not looking at the substance behind
this
it.
isn't a hot face. This band is not a fucking hot. That's why we do songs like Beauty Fiend and Get Pretty, you know, and things like, you know, we have lyrics, you know, please forgive me for not being pretty or sexy. You know, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to be your little dollop on stage with my, you know, fake tits and fakeness. I'm up here to fucking just give it to you. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. You know what? Someone else is here that will. And if you want some bimbo on stage, well, you're not going to get one in this band. Well, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But,
I
you
knew
know,
that was coming.
that ain't coming in this band, you know? I mean, that's not what we're about. And if that's what we got to be on MTV, well, fuck it. I don't need it. We don't need it, you know?
No, Eazy-E's label. How did you get into rap, and then how did you get involved with that label? How did that happen?
I was a street dancer. I was really into graffiti art, breakdancing, way back in the day. Like, you know, I know Korn made it really cool to wear, like, Adidas and tracksuits. Well, back when I was wearing it, it wasn't cool for a white girl to be wearing that shit. And, you know, I was just really into it. And I met Eazy-E's manager at a NWA concert with a friend of mine, and he was like, oh, you're a rapper? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you got anything? I was like, well, Quincy Jones' son did a song with me to Jimi Hendrix' Foxy Lady. I had a little demo. I said, come down to NWA studio, and I went down all by myself with nobody. And I walked in, I played them all my shit, and they were all sitting there, Ice Cube, everybody, and they were like, oh, and he handed it back to me. He's like, oh, cool. I was like, all right, thanks. Went to walk out, and he's like, you want a record deal? It was as quick as that. And it just kind of steamrolled. But then it got really crazy, and it got a little, you know, a little much. I was into music I was in love with rap music. I loved graffiti, I loved DJing, breakdancing, everything about the culture. And all my friends were into punk. And I was like, you know, something was really alluring to me about this culture. It was really street and really scary. And I think it prepared me. I think being down with NWA in those days prepared me to be in this world. Because they were like the Slayer of rap, you know. They were what that was, you know, the black metal or the Slayer. Fuck yeah, and I think that a little white girl walking around going, fuck you, to these people was like, what? Wait a minute, you know. And it got to the point where it was like, when you're told you have to carry a gun to your own record company for your own protection, there's something wrong there. It's like, you gotta go. I'm into music because I love music. And the day I don't love what I'm doing is the day I'm gonna leave it. And I left that world. I wasn't jumping on a bandwagon. I was like, man, I want to do something harder, you know. I knew my voice could do something different, and, you know.
You had told me before something that I discussed with Ronnie that's just amazing and honest, that you got paid before he passed away. He took care of you.
Yeah, he paid me the money he owed me, and you know, Eazy kept me under contract for a long time and wouldn't let me go when I was in Manhole, the early days, and everybody knows he died of AIDS, and you know, you live a lifestyle, whatever that lifestyle is. You talk about it, you brag about it. Just like Tupac, you live a lifestyle. You sometimes die that lifestyle. Kurt Cobain died a lifestyle. You know, certain people, you die the lifestyle you live. You know, and you know, it's sad. And
But he let you out of your contract.
he let
before
me go
died.
before he died. He said, I want you to go. And 2 days later, I heard on the radio they were reading a letter, and it was like, what? I looked at him. I sat right next to him. I had no idea. Did not look sick at all. And died less than a week, you know, after that. And I was sent a letter saying, do you want to sue Ruthless, along with a list of people I knew for money that, and he took care of me. He gave me the money he owed me, and I was free to go. Let me out. Thank God, or I may still be under contract to this day to some gangster mafia shit. So, pretty happy about that. So, I got nothing to say bad. You know?
Then you were sued over the name Manhole, but then But Terra Satana, no
We
problem
didn't
with
really
that
get sued though. Noise Records got sued, and they were changed their name to FAD, and we were just told change your name. They wanted like $300,000, and we were like, we'll give you $40,000 for the name. They wouldn't take it. Then after we changed our name, 2 months later, that band broke up. We were like, oh my god, you know, just ridiculous.
Typical.
Put us through drama for nothing. But
But they changed the name because of that.
we changed the name.
Noise.
Oh, Noise changed, yeah, because they didn't want to get sued, and they had to reissue all the All Is Not Well records and call them Turstana.
And Terra Satana didn't have a copyright on her name?
No, and the funny thing was she started getting letters addressed to us, and I ended up getting in touch with her over the internet and said, this is who I am, this is why we named our band this, because one night before we had to name our record, and we went through like 30 million names, I was watching Faster Pussycat, and I was watching her, and I'm like, wow, she's just everything that I like want to embody on this record, and who I want to like embody as a persona. I thought, that's a great fucking name. It sounds kind of Spanish and scary and kind of evil, and I don't know. It just, I brought it to the band, and they were like, that's killer. And there was no copyright on it. And then later I started talking to her, and there'll be a part in my book with her as well, like interviewing her, because why we took the name and who she is and why she inspired, and I think that's really cool.
And
And
she was cool with it, right?
she is awesome. She's a rad lady.
Well, we've talked to her before.
Yeah, she's hot. So, and she was very flattered that I did that. So I thought that was really cool.
Videos you get played in Europe at all?
Yeah,
Anything like
the old videos for Turstana did. There's a My Ruin video,
that?
but it's,
My Ruin, yeah, that's what I'm asking.
it's a video for Terror, and we haven't done a video. We
This
wanted
band isn't represented in a video yet.
to at
We
all.
have tons of home tour videos.
Yeah.
stuff like that,
Stuff
but-
is great, just seen tonight.
I gotta send you some home videos. I mean, this band.
It's very punk rock style videos, but they're very, there's a lot of heart and a lot of, I don't know, it's very honest.
You got the 2 VCR editing.
We're
for
ghetto.
Yeah.
We are as
Analog
ghetto as it
editing,
gets.
right here.
But you know
I
what?
think we're gonna stay ghetto though.
Yeah, I mean,
Regardless, whatever happens, you know, because it's the flavor of the band. I wouldn't mind having a driver, but that's
Yeah, it'd be cool to have somebody to drive the van.
yeah,
Who's
just to be a
driving?
little less tired.
Me and Yael do most of the
I
driving.
do a little.
I navigate.
She navigates.
Yep.
And our merch co navigates too. So we get where we gotta go. But you know, it's all part of it.
One
It's
day
all
at a
part of
time.
being out here, and
We're gonna do whatever it takes.
yeah. It's
Well,
it's
what
very
are we
funny.
talking
A lot of people want to see us fail out here. A lot of people are very much like, oh fuck My Ruin, they'll never make it. They're trouble. They're a nightmare. They're
Well, they're
this,
gonna
they're
have to deal with it because we're not gonna
Look at-
fail.
And we're like, fuck you without even saying it. Guess what? We're doing the second leg now. And guess what? We're doing this. And guess what? It's not stopping. So
Guess what? We came out here without any techs or support, and you know,
everybody's
We're
been
doing
helping
it.
us. Everybody's been kind, and it's cool.
What about at home? I know you did a whiskey show that was talked about a lot on the internet.
We've done a couple that are, our shows in LA are off
Amazing.
the friggin' hook.
yeah, they're crazy.
We're doing one when we get back. We're actually up for award right now. LA Weekly, which is like the Village Voice, they're doing a thing right now, which is like a big award show. They do their yearly awards, and we're up for Best Rock Band, and like Chili Peppers have won it before, and System of a Down, and we're up for it. We just got asked to perform it with like Tenacious D and Concrete Blonde, and we're like, so somebody we really respect is going to be on the show. A few people, very underground, very cool. I mean, it's very cool to do things
Megan's
like that. You know?
excited. Pay
What?
attention.
Megan what?
She said she's excited.
I'd rather
Yes,
play with
yes.
Concrete Blonde than fucking Cold Chamber
Yes.
any day. Any day.
Any day.
That shit don't mean shit. So,
So
you
you
know.
don't have a problem that get a chance to come back out by yourselves and play a couple smaller clubs. And
Oh, we're gonna make it
problem with
happen.
Mhm.
After we do all this, we're gonna make it happen. If we don't get a record deal off this,
Talking about
People
people
are
are
ta-
playing arenas.
people are telling us, if you guys don't get signed off this,
Couple of
something's wrong. But if we don't get signed, we're just
Alright.
gonna come back out and do it again.
I'm
You
down.
know.
We could do this again. That's
Yeah.
not a problem. There's other bands. There were bands on this tour that have asked us to go out with them.
American
that are
Head
pretty
Charge
big.
rocks.
Yeah,
yeah,
They're
there's
awesome.
a nice buzz with them right now.
they're really good.
Yeah, we
They're
really
really
like
cool.
Normally,
them.
I don't like bands that, and I'm not gonna lump them in with like a lot of the shtick
Gimmicks.
bands, but bands with a shtick. Like I think Slipknot's cool, but too many bands have ripped them off. But Head Charge is really good.
Yeah, they're actually
They got
talented
great
and they're nice
songs.
guys.
Crazy.
Great singer too.
I did
Totally
a
fun.
on Thanksgiving night before Thanksgiving did a Chicago Kiss box set release party, and they were raffling off because the label actually made me buy the box set to give away. They would not give me any promo material at
Wow.
all. And the singer from American Head Church put all the tickets so he could win it. He put all the other tickets that were left.
Cameron.
He goes, can
Oh
I
my
win it now? I'm like,
God.
yeah.
American
It was
Head
really
Church.
good. You were there.
American Head
Oh, yeah.
Church.
They were a trip, man.
Slayer, everybody came.
They
out.
tied a raft to our
They get
van.
naked.
Yeah, the last
Got
night
naked.
they played, they
Jumped on
tied
our
an
van.
inflatable raft to our van, and their guitar player got up on the top of our van naked.
Naked.
They're insane.
Jumped
Right.
I thought
out
they
there
were
tour
great.
bus.
He was gonna
No.
jump
No,
off
in
his
the
tour
park-
bus.
it was
Just
That's
in the middle of
insane.
Birmingham, Alabama.
I want to say
Cops
one thing
driving
about
by
American
every
Head
5
Charge. They are the stinkiest band. They know I say this to
Smell
them.
like
I spray
dead
them all with
pigs.
vanilla. They put dead pig heads backstage with us, and we were like spraying them with vanilla. It
That was fucking
Yeah, they
brutal.
smell like
Our
sour
cops
clothes.
came
Yeah.
because there's blood all over the floor.
I'm a vegetarian, so that was just
Oh.
extra brutal.
It was pretty cool.
Pigs' heads.
Who else do you like? Who else do you don't mind?
Will Haven.
Who?
Will
Bands?
Haven.
Clutch, man.
Most-
Clutch fucking
Wow.
rocks.
Yeah,
Clutch.
Clutch, Will Haven, Zeke. Zeke is a
Fu
great
Manchu.
band. Fu Manchu.
A lot of-
You know, with Clutch.
A lot of the bands that we're mentioning, like, you know, obviously Scott Hill, obviously the singer Clutch, Grady from Will Haven, very, very underrated singers.
Unorthodox.
You know, very, very different, and they're not your typical, you know, they're not your typical, I don't know, new metal
Skin
singer.
Lab
so
rocks.
afraid of the, you know, like there just seems to be such a formula for everybody.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Quick flip.
game
We
over.
had to do this when we talked on the phone.
Yeah, we like a lot of bands that are just very, but we listen to a lot of different things. I mean, the band is very eclectic. I mean, I'm very much into Nick Cave. I'm very into PJ Harvey. You know, we like the Donnas. Megan loves the Donnas. Turned us onto that. She's also an old school Joan Jett fan. We all love
I
Joan
like
Jett.
Pink.
Oh, well,
I love, like, a lot of 70s rock
Led
bands.
Zeppelin.
You know, like Rick Derringer is one of my favorite guitar players, and most people are like, what? You know, and I'm like, UFO,
Randy
Black
Rhoads.
Sabbath, Ozzy with Randy. Just, you know, really just good musicianship, good rock. You know,
I know you're supposed to sit down and be cool and go, I like, and name the top 5 bands that are like doing Ozfest. But as far as I'm concerned, bands like OTEP and
Andrew
Andrew WK can
WK.
suck it.
Jesus
I hate
fucking
the top five
Christ.
bands.
It's bullshit.
What the hell is that?
Bullshit.
That's on Ozfest?
That's Ozfest?
Who is
No.
that?
That's
no.
lame.
besides the classic rock bands I'm into, most of the bands I'm into don't really sell records at all. You know, they're just honest bands doing what they do without sucking a bunch of dick to be a huge band. You know.
I'm surprised you're a happier crew than I expected to meet because the music's so emotional. Is a new album that you already did, recorded?
Not
It is
yet.
emotional because that's one of
Before we
demoed
play
it.
a show, it's a whole different story.
Okay.
After we play, we're a lot happier.
Yeah, you
Don't
definitely.
walk through our dressing room.
Don't walk through our dressing room
The
37
records are
times.
You might get hit.
No. We,
37
I love
times.
that. I love that emotion. It provokes a feeling, and music should be like that.
I think it should be. I think that you gotta have tension in order to also have release. You gotta have, there's gotta be some pain to have something, you know? I mean, when a band is painless, I gotta be honest. With me, I'm in a relationship. A lot of my records have been about relationships. It's kind of people always say, what's your religion, Terry? You talk about the religious aesthetic of everything. And I'm like, you know, my religion is relationships because that's what I address on every record. And most of the time, it's painful stories. Right now, it's like, I'm in a happy relationship. So it's kind of like you got to dig deeper into like, what
There
is,
are
what
other
are the other
subjects,
things? You know, other
yeah.
subjects besides just this. And we have to go through a lot of the other things. We have a song called Weightless. It's going to be our next record, which to me is going to be the new Beauty Fiend. It's a really important song to me personally because it deals with, we showcased for a record label out of New York City a few months back. And the funniest thing was, I'm not going to say who it was, but big label, big person, and the guy called me up, was really into us. We sent him a package, called me up personally and said, I'm blown away. The music's incredible. The lyrics are incredible. The band's incredible. Your photo, Terry, I just want to tell you, I mean, you start telling me, like, you're beautiful, you could be on magazine covers, but do you have a weight problem? I need to be honest with you. Is there, like, are you a little heavy there? Because, you know, rock stars have to be thin, I'm afraid. And those are the lines that just violated me. I mean, I was like, what a fucking thing to say to me. I mean, you don't say, who is going to say that to, like, Pantera? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go tell Phil that shit. You know, it's like, that was such a derogatory,
Chino.
disgusting,
Chino.
misogynistic comment to me. I was like, you know, yeah, it's like, give me a break.
Fat Factory.
So, you know, he just said this shit, and we showcased for him anyway. And, it was worthless. It was not worth our time. The guy
It's
didn't
gotten
get
really
it.
bad in the
Idiot.
music industry, man. It's like so.
Are you gonna appeal to the Britney Spears girls?
Yeah,
well,
it's
no,
just so
we're
cheesy,
not.
man.
We're
Even
not.
rock
Garbage
is
is
like so
getting dropped.
cheesy.
They didn't do 100,000 in the States, so
That's
they're dropping
sad.
garbage.
Yeah, that's really sad.
So they can
That's
sell
ridiculous.
out the Riviera here, but they can't keep
That's
their
a
record,
joke.
though.
That's a
Who?
joke. Garbage.
Oh.
That's
Shirley
ridiculous.
Manson.
She's awesome. Shirley
She's
Manson to
amazing.
me, I'll tell you what I think about her. I think Shirley Manson is kind of like me in the way that it might sound weird. You know, she's a singer and all that, but she writes really dark, creepy lyrics about like subjects that are very
Intense.
intense and scary. And people don't really hear that because it's so, you know, poppy. But if you really listen to those lyrics, man, she's got some shit going on. I love that.
That first record was
awesome.
dark and the new one's dark.
She talks, and she is not afraid to talk shit. I love her. So she's
I
rad.
understand what she said.
Yes. But yeah, you know, I think the new album just deals with a lot of topics that are really important and that need to be brought out and really brought out to the forefront. Girls need someone to tell them it's okay to look like this, to be that. You don't have to be this. You know, get pretty in here. Don't get pretty out here. You know, and
But as a guy in the band, it's not just about chicks. This band appeals to
No.
guys too, and it's not. It's
and
not
guys
a
say
riot
it's
girl
a lot.
band.
right now, fuck the
It's not a
riot
riot girl
movement.
band that excludes, guys.
Yeah, none
And
of
this
that.
isn't just the chicks with some side guy. This is, the four of us in a band together.
I hate it when
Rock
people go, "You're a
band.
chick band." We're not
Yeah.
a chick band because without McMurphy, there is no My Ruin. Straight up, people may go, "Oh, Terry B is the leader of this band." I put the band together, yes, and I'm the front woman. But if this man was gone, there'd be no fucking music. And I really, I mean, we're all partners in this band, but this is my soulmate partner as far as music, and he brought what I needed to really do to the forefront, and I've never had a musical partner like that. So I really,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome, baby. Welcome, Daddy.
Johnny?
Contact.
Any words of wisdom besides to the girls out there, the general mass, the boys.
Yeah, didn't you hear what I just said, man? Jesus Christ.
Hey, you
He
listening?
wasn't listening to the speech today.
Hi.
Everybody all right? I'll be right back.
He wasn't listening to the speech.
That
You guys rock. Thank you.
Hey, wake him! Wake him!
Anyway,
No, just you know what?
Don't go changing just to please people.
Exactly.
Yourself a ladder.
cool.
Our fans are the best. Ruin the rest.
sorry.
Sorry.
Flap.